article I want to read. Here we go. Okay. So Julia slams Marcus Jordan as, quote, a Nepo baby who's using the Real Housewives of Miami to leverage a career from herself and shares where she stands with Larsa Pippen. Now, that's what I have been saying forever. And now we're getting more confirmation from it. Okay. This is according to Reality Blurb. She also revealed that they have feuded for years. She says, since leaving a communist country without a dollar to my name, I have had to work hard for everything I have achieved, said Julia, clapping back after Marcus's alleged reunion rant against the cast in an interview with Page Six. I will be neither belittled nor degraded by a Nepo baby who's using our platform to leverage a career from himself. During a reunion preview, Marcus shaded the cast for bringing up his father, Michael Jordan. He's like, my dad names keeps being mentioned, said Larsa to Andy Cohen backstage. Nobody asked about other people's dads and moms, and well, Andy commented, nobody else's dad is Michael Jordan. Now, I'm going to stop there to give my little 2 cents. So, the reason why I think Marcus is throwing this temper tantrum and why he's so in his feelings is because he feels inadequate to his father. Because everything he has is thanks to his father. He is a Nepo baby. The fact that he's even on the show, the fact he has the podcast, he has these weird little shoe fashion lines or whatever it is all through his father. His life, I'm sure, is from a trust fund. I doubt his little fashion companies are making any money. And I doubt his little podcast is making any money. So what else does he really have other than being Michael Jordan's son? And the problem is, there is nothing wrong with being a Nepo baby. There is nothing wrong with having rich parents who subsidize your life. There is nothing wrong with that. What becomes wrong is when either through society or yourself or whatever, you wrap your identity and your self-worth into it. You can be a Nepo baby and know that you're still worthy and you're good enough and you are a good person and you just have a blessed life and that's okay. Or you could be a Nepo baby and you don't feel good enough, you feel less than, and instead of finding something that fulfills you, you become bitter and you become angry, and then you become like Miss Marcus, who is out here doing stunts, because the problem isn't people bringing up your dad. The problem is you don't think that you're good enough. You don't think you're worthy. So when people bring up your dad, instead of being proud and yeah, that's my father and I'm proud he's my father and I am his son, and because that's my birthright, I have all this great stuff, I'm so grateful to him. You throw a little temper tantrum, you get your panties in a bunch, and you start cussing women out because of your own ego, because of your own lack of self-esteem, because of your own insecurity. Because if I had a father or a mother who was like a Michael Jordan, and my life was subsidized by that, and I was a Nepo baby, I would be so proud, but I would also be so humbled, and I would be so grateful. And I'd be like, you're damn right my father is Michael Jordan. Look what he did. Look the life he provided for me. And I'm so grateful for that. And I would live my life with my little trust fund, and I'd be happy as a clam. But that's because I would have gratitude and humility. But the problem is he doesn't have that. He's not grateful to his father. He's spiteful. He's not humble. He's prideful. That's why his little ego is so fragile. That's why he's backstage cussing women out, going on rants against women. Sit down, Miss Marcus. Sit down and have several seats. And also stop doing these stunts with Larsa. We broke up. Kidding. We're back together and now she has a huge diamond ring. Stop it. Stop with the stunts, okay? It's not going to make anybody listen to your podcast. It's not going to make Miss Marcus happen. Stop with the stunts, okay? And this is another thing. Not only is Marcus a bitter Betty and a spiteful son, he's also cheap as hell. Because don't forget, Larsa said herself, I don't have anyone. When she was talking to Alexia about Todd, when she's talking to Lisa about Jody, she goes, I don't have anyone. Excuse me, miss? If I'm going to be up here with my big old self dating this man who is Michael Jordan's son. I am providing a platform for him because let's be serious. In this situation, Larsa is his come up. Sure, he may be Michael Jordan's son, but I know who the hell he was until he was attached to Larsa on this show. So, quiet as it's kept, she is his come up. If I'm going to be Michael Jordan's son's come up, have him on my show, give him a platform, make him relevant in the pop culture world, he better be subsidizing my life. He better be. But clearly he's not because she was saying how, well, you have a dual income household and I don't have anyone when she's supposed to be in this, amazing relationship with Marcus. I can't go 5 days without throwing him a party. Separation anxiety, Marcus. But he ain't paying your bills. He ain't buying you stuff. He ain't flying you around the world. He ain't helping you out. But this is Michael Jordan's son? Don't get me wrong. I know my candy canes are smart. We're not nuanced Nellies. We are emotionally intelligent. I'm not talking about sugar daddy, sugar baby. I'm not talking about all of that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that, and if that's your life and that's your lifestyle, that's fine. I'm not judging that either. But that's not what I mean. Because I think as long as people are adults, as long as you are consenting, you live your life how you choose to live it. Other than that, I have no judgment on it. I don't judge. As long as it's consenting and you are adults, you live your life how you choose to live it. And I'm going to mind my business, and then I'm going to mind these reality stars' business for y'all. What I mean for that, but what I mean is, if I'm Larsa Pippen and I'm putting Miss Marcus Jordan on, because she did, let's be honest, she did put him on. I'm going to need to be Kris Jenner and I need my 10%. I need my 10%. I need something. I need some type of kickback. I need something. But clearly he's not giving her anything. And these fake stunts with the diamond ring, she probably bought that for herself, or it's probably from her own jewelry collection, or it's probably a brand collab. But when a woman is upset and in her feelings and defending herself the way she was with Alexia and Lisa, and it turned out she was jealous that they had Todd's and Jody's, that's when she was the most honest. When she said, I don't have anyone, she meant that because he ain't really checking for her like that. Now, let's see what else. Marcus added, these women wouldn't be able to do the dishes in our home, let alone try bringing themselves in this conversation. Some people just need to stay in their lane. Miss Marcus, shut up. Like, why are you trying to talk like these women wouldn't be able to do the dishes? Do you know how to do a dish? Do you? Do you know how to do a dish? If you don't know how to do a dish, be quiet. That's what I mean by there's a special place in hell for men who demean women. Before the clip was released, an insider told Page Six that Marcus had a heated moment backstage. The women did not hear what Marcus said backstage and didn't even know about the incident until after the reunion tape, said the source. But it was captured and the ladies have been made aware of it. In Julia's recent interview with the outlet, she said there was no resolution with Larsa at the reunion, and their conversations indicated that a potential friendship is unlikely. She claimed they are not on speaking terms. So this is code for whatever we saw that Marcus said and that was leaked is the tip of the iceberg of what this man actually said. That's what that is code is for. Because yeah, these women couldn't do the dishes in my house. That's weird and mean and derogatory. But I don't think that's enough for how hard Julia is going with Larsa and that they're not on speaking terms and that it was a rant. I think Miss Marcus is probably being protected. He probably said a hell of a lot worse than what we know. And then also, I just got a pit in my stomach at the reunion when he's backstage with Jody and he's like, oh, I wish I was on that stage. I wish I was up there. I was like, Miss Marcus, Excuse me, ma'am? Like, why do you want to be on the stage with the ladies? You want to go on the stage and cuss the women out? Is that what you want, Miss Marcus? You want to be on the stage so you can cuss out women? Where they do that at? Miss Marcus, you need to sit down. And that's when I was like, his whole mask slipped. His whole mask. I give people a lot of chances, but when something big happens or you hear that something big happens, it really can change your perspective of the person itself. And I don't need to be around them, Julia shared. They're not part of my life. They never really were. We are not friends. And I feel like our feelings toward each other are pretty mutual. So that means he really said something really, really disgusting and really, really gross. Miss Marcus, have several seats. Your slip is all the way showing. We see each other. Bye-bye, boo-boo. Go get a life, okay? Go get a life. And that's another tragedy. When people have been given the keys to the kingdom, you have a famous last name. You have allegedly oodles of money, whether that is true or not, because this is another thing I've realized. A lot of times these super uber celebrities that we think have so much money, turns out they really don't have that much money or as much money as we think. So maybe the trust fund is dry. Maybe the well has dried up. Maybe Michael Jordan put a kibosh on subsidizing the life of his grown-ass son. Maybe the money isn't moneying. Who knows? Maybe the trust fund, the well is dry. That's why he's on this reality show trying to cuss out women. That's why he's on this dry podcast that nobody listens to. That's why he's out here doing PR stunts with lying Larsa Pippen. Maybe the well is dry. Maybe the checks have stopped clearing. I don't know. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's get back to the reunion breakdown. Okay. Lion Larsa